how fair is it to say that modern philosophy is more sort of concerned with intellectual masturbation than it is teaching people fundamental questions about themselves and the world?
Very fair indeed. I think that philosophy doesn't develop in the way that something like physics does. The idea with something like physics is that you're born into a world with a particular understanding. You develop that understanding. You learn new things. You maybe dig a bit further down into an atom and you find out what it's made of. And then you have children. And you tell those children as a starting point, this is what atoms are made of. And then they're off to the races trying to go even further. Philosophy, I don't think quite works in the same way. You might disagree with this. I don't know. I think it's instead of something which you sort of go from ignorance to knowledge over the course of 20 generations, you go from ignorance to knowledge over the course of one generation, and everybody has to sort of start afresh, which is why you find that these ancient philosophers and early modern philosophers and guaranteed future philosophers too are all essentially saying the same thing. You know, if you read Epicurean philosophy, it's kind of very similar to utilitarianism. It's got a very sort of similar thread. At the very least, it seems to be based on similar intuitions. So you might sort of think that philosophy is a bit stagnant, that it hasn't actually progressed anywhere, but it's maybe not kind of what it's supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to do that throughout your own life. You know?
Somebody asked ChatGPT what it's like to be itself.